Hi, I'm Brock Woodhouse with WNN, the Wildcat News Network, here with this week's edition of the Woodhouse Report. This week and last marked the start of the winter sports season for Marcellus. Boys basketball, girls basketball, and boys and girls wrestling all started practices in these last 2 weeks, meaning that winter sports are in full swing here for the Cats. To kick off this next phase of athletics, we brought in Varsity Wrestling head coach Sam Adams for an interview about coaching and this upcoming season. We'll play that now. I'm here now with Varsity Wrestling's very own Coach Sam Adams. Coach, thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me, Brock. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're very glad to have you. So you've been a coach at Marcellus for how long?
13 years. 13 years, football, and then wrestling for 11.
Beautiful.
So
you got quite a resume. So
yes,
what was the wrestling scene like at Marcellus before you arrived here?
it was coming along. There was only about 6 wrestlers when I first started volunteering the first year. And then we grew that to 15 the following year, and it's been a pretty steady number throughout the last 10 years, about 15 to 17 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about what we have this year. So 15 to 17, it's a decent number for Marcellus, but comparatively to like a big school, that's not a ton. What would you say is the biggest difference between coaching a small team and a big team?
The biggest difference is with a large team, you don't get to know the wrestlers as well as you do with a small team.
Yeah.
The small team is great. I love it. We don't cover as many weight classes, but if we can cover more than half, which is over 7, there's 14 weight classes, we can still win some duels and do a great job throughout the season. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Puts more of it into the individual stuff too.
Yep. Oh yeah, for sure.
It's easier to get kids out there. So
individual time with wrestlers and everything is a little bit easier when there's a smaller team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest drawback of the small team is?
Not covering those extra weight classes. When we started duels, sometimes we had in minus 48 points because we were down 7 weight classes.
Yeah.
So we come out and we wrestle the best that we can throughout the day, and we get it done. We pull out some wins, and people don't expect that out of a small team. But when we wrestle well.
Absolutely. So into the postseason, you've put a lot of kids into state competitions over the last couple of years. Which one would you say surprised you the most?
Which kid gets in there? Or
which kid surprised you the most? Yes.
Well, I'd have to say last year the ones that surprised me the most were both of our boys. Had a pretty good feeling about yourself making it in there. And then Marvin Jones was a huge surprise. I didn't think he was going to get in at all, but I managed to pull it out, a win against the Gobles kid that he had lost to earlier in the year, and he was probably one of the bigger surprises last year.
He didn't place, but he still wrestled spectacular. We had 4 placers last year, right?
Correct.
It was me, Marvin, and then Carly Osborne and Madison Harrison.
Correct. Yep.
So that's a pretty good resume for coming out of Marcellus.
Absolutely. We had 4. That's the most we've ever taken to the individual finals. I had 3 placers. That's the most I've ever had. And we had they were in top 8. So yourself finished 7th. Madison Harrison was 8th, and I think Carly was
she was
7th as well.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's a pretty good finish for just overall coming out of D4 small schools. That's pretty good.
Absolutely.
So speaking of the girls placers, the girls wrestling just overall nationwide in general has taken off in the last couple of years. What would you say the biggest difference is from a coaching perspective between boys and girls?
To be brutally honest, the girls are way more coachable.
Really?
Yes. They will tell you what they see out there, and you're able to coach them through those nuances to make them better wrestlers. They listen a little bit better, but the boys are more strength-oriented. So I think that's the biggest difference between the boys and the girls. And we do a great job of coaching up both sides of that. Great help from Coach Andy Crawley, Ash Stokes, Trenton Kane. Those are my assistant coaches, and they do a great job of getting everybody around and kind of keep me in line a little bit too. So.
Absolutely. So you put plenty of girls into state placing positions. We already talked about that. Most notably is 4-time runner-up Gabby Allen in the girls division. What's it like as a coach to have one of your kids in the state finals?
Wrestling on Saturday night is amazing. Everybody's there. The stands are packed on the one end of Ford Field to watch everybody wrestle, and it's just it's something different to have all those folks behind you just cheering on your wrestlers as well as you. So it's definitely different wrestling on Saturday night as opposed to that's when the finals are at Saturday night. We have placing rounds in the morning, but it's definitely different coaching on Saturday night.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
a lot bigger spectacle too.
Yes, sir.
Matters more. So, looking forward now, what is one thing that we can get excited about for this upcoming wrestling season?
I think we have a pretty good group of girls and boys wrestlers. We didn't really have the last couple of days. We just started practice on Monday. The last couple of days, we haven't really had to show new stuff to people, so that's takes up usually some time at the beginning of the front end of the season to show people what they have to do throughout the year. And this year, we've only had really just one that didn't really know what they were doing.
Yeah.
And so it's helped the last couple of days to move further on quicker.
Yes.
So that's exciting for me. Talked with coaches last night. Same with them. They see the same exact stuff, that we are ahead of the game, if you will, already for this season. And I think we can steal some wins in the conference and at the district level against maybe some larger schools that aren't expecting us to do that. So
absolutely. So what are we able to look forward to as fans for the wrestling season? Not just wrestlers.
Lots of excitement. If you come out and watch us, we're going to put on a good show for the Marcellus community, as well as the school student section, which we'd really love to have the more students. We actually wrestle at home 3 times this year. First one is on December 3rd. That's a home meet. We're wrestling right now Fenville and Covert.
Yes.
And I'd really like to have as much student section as we can out there. It really gets our wrestlers really pumping and excited to show what they've been working on, because sometimes wrestling is we wrestle in the dark, if you will.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of fanfare, and except for parents and parents of the other schools. So we're excited for the season to come up on, like I said, the 3rd, and we have our home tournament January 17th, and I think we wrestle one time before that at home as well. And we'd like to see as many people as we can out there, because with wrestling, it's right there on the floor. You're not very far from them, and we can hear you. That's for sure. As opposed to maybe a football game when you're across the aisle there, or across the track, and you can't really hear the stands.
Right.
You can, but not as loud as prominent as the wrestling. So
absolutely. So yeah, well, you picked a great way to start getting involved. We'll absolutely get as many students as we can. Remember, the first meet is on December 3rd at home. It's a try versus Covert and Fenville. So we'll see you there. That's all that we have for this week on this interview. Thank you for joining us, Coach Adams.
Absolutely. Thanks, Brock. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's all we have. Now back to the Woodhouse Report. Also last week was the annual Marcellus Elementary Veterans Day program. All of the students in the Marcellus Elementary School came together to celebrate every single veteran in our community. We will play clips of the media from that day after this report. Finally, from last week, 8 students at Marcellus High School traveled to the Radisson Hotel in Kalamazoo for the annual MHSAA Sportsmanship Summit. The summit allowed these students-athletes to connect with other students from schools in the region to share experiences and have an opportunity to learn all about what it is to show good sportsmanship. Looking ahead, next week the MHS Band is traveling to Disney World for their band trip. They will leave on Monday the 24th, and they will be performing at Disney Springs on Wednesday the 26th. The band would like to give a special thank you to all of its supporters from this year's trip, including G.W. Jones Exchange Bank, Dean and Nancy McKenzie, Kurt and Paula Johnson, Margaret Masuzawa, Brightwood Farms, Terrell's Market, and the MHS Band boosters. Thank you all for making this possible. Looking into next month, December 6th is Christmas in the Village in Marcellus. Come down to town and enjoy a winter wonderland all throughout the day with your family, friends, and neighbors in town. Festivities will start at 8 a.m. with the Marcellus FFA Pancake Breakfast with Santa and end with the 6 p.m. parade and tree lighting in Columbia Park. Any other organizations wishing to participate, contact enrichmarcellus@gmail.com to add your celebration to the list of festivities. Finally, WNN would like to give a special congratulations to Flowerfield Township for recently breaking ground on their new Township Hall. Supervisor Ron Shaver, trustees Betty Grindle and Deb Spencer, clerk Teresa Ives, and treasurer Nicole Hess are pictured here at the site of the new town hall currently being constructed. From everyone here at WNN, congratulations and good luck in the future. That's all that we have for this week. I would like to wish everyone watching a happy Thanksgiving. We will play clips from the Veterans Day program following this report, but for now, that's all that we have. I'm Brock Woodhouse, and thank you for joining me on this week's edition of the Woodhouse Report. Go Cats!